Good morning. We are having some light life temp for dinner. We are going to go ahead and put it woo, put it in a bag to soak for the day until it's time to cook it. Since it is Thursday, I think cutting it in smaller slices like this is good. I do not think we need any more. I actually have a plastic bag, so I'm gonna just use that. I normally use my stasher bags, but a lot of them are used up. I am actually gonna make some broth today, because I'm gonna try to find a recipe that I can use for that. We are gonna soak it in this red hot Hawaiian hot sauce, and then I have asparagus, as well as I have these Greek lemon potatoes that I cannot wait to try. We're just gonna let those soak for the entire day and just get on with the day. As you can see, we have the gluten-free, and this is the actual sourdough, and then this is the gluten-free discard. As you can see, I have like them labeled just so that I don't mess it up. I am honestly already thinking that it might be time to start thinking about making something out of the gluten-free discard, because when I open it up, you can clearly see that there is a lot in there. So I will be probably looking at a recipe. I did ask my friend what she wanted and like what would she be more interested in. I don't think she knows that I am making her something with the sourdough discard. I just think she knows that I am, considering making her something. And I wanted to know, like, I saw so many recipes, and one recipe would be for, crackers or for bread, and another recipe would be for desserts. And so I finally just had to ask her, would you prefer like a dessert type recipe, or would you prefer crackers? I just was too lost, but we're gonna do the gluten-free one, and then we're gonna do the regular. The regular, I feel like, takes days. Ugh, it takes forever. Yeah. The one annoying thing about the gluten-free one is that you have to take so much of it out. Alright, so you're going to take 2 tablespoons of the discard out. Dumb me, I did not actually open the discard yet. Yes, I think it'll definitely be time to make something. I can't even tell if it's like bubbling or if it looks like it's... Okay. Ugh. It almost looks like it has some mold in it, which is really like... This is why I did not like that you were taking so much out of it. But I don't know. might be time to go ahead and use this. I do hear that, like, sometimes, like, a little bit of mold is not actually, like, mold. It's, like, the weirdest thing. I am still learning the sourdough process, and, I mean, but it might honestly just be time to go ahead and use both. I know the recipe that I'm following is supposed to take days and days, but the recipe, like, I honestly think I would cut the recipe in half or even less, because the way she does the recipe, it's like she's making it for a huge family. And so I don't even think I would follow the recipe the way she did. I think I would do it like a lot less, because I'm making it for one person. And this looks like it could probably make 2 different breads. I'm going to take one thing of discard out of this. I need to be smarter and actually, like, open these first. I think that kind of gives it the pancake mix on its own. I don't even think you have to add more water. I am definitely thinking that it might be time to start cooking with it again, at least with the gluten-free one, because I think that it might be time to start going ahead and kind of testing out a recipe. I know there's so many different things I want to try out. The gluten-free one, I more than anything wanted to try out because I wanted to try making bread for, like, the actual sourdough, and then I wanted to try making, like, the discard. We'll probably try to do something like, I saw a recipe for cookies as well as for, like, brownies, so we will see. Camera is charging, so we are gonna go ahead and keep using my phone. We are gonna go ahead and try making the gluten-free bread, and I found a recipe on one of my favorite brands website, and so I'm gonna go ahead and use that one. And it just calls for 1.5 cups of the gluten-free sourdough starter, and it does say to use made with bread flour, but the Trader Joe's one obviously is not bread flour, so we're just gonna wing it. And then the other one, because a lot of the recipes I found were really, like, confusing or just seemed really, like, too much. I just was really like, I can do this a lot easier than the other one. And then it also calls for the warm water, the 3/4 cup of the gluten-free bread flour, and so basically it calls for all the same things. Just like bread flour is supposed to be a little bit different than, like, gluten-free, like, all-purpose flour, from what I understand, but like I said, I'm still learning. I don't really understand, like, the complete difference, except for that, like, bread flour is normally used for bread flour, like bread, I guess. But I'm not gonna, like, be that picky. There are, like, I'm in some, like, sourdough, like, groups and on like, you know, and they are like super like hardcore. I'm like, I wish I was like that, but I'm not. And then it also calls for granulated sugar and table salt. So I'm gonna work on this. It just says to combine all the dough ingredients at a speed for 2 to 3 minutes, and then until the mixture is cohesive and smooth, the dough will be very sticky and wet and batter like at this. And then cover the bowl and let it rest for 20 minutes, which that sounds great. Definitely did not make exactly 1.5 cups of starter. But at the same time, I'm like, that's okay. I am going to make the bread, and maybe because it's a little over 1/2 cup of the sourdough, we will just kind of like try to go ahead and like wing it on everything else. I'm not interested in like being super like crazy about it, and especially because this is my first time doing it, and I actually think I would like to try a different recipe that would be a lot less complicated. Because I'm one person, and the person I am making the gluten-free flour for is one person too, and unless I were to like make this like a business, I feel like it's not necessary for me to be like doing the 1/4 cup and the 1/4 water every day. So I think because we did about like 2/3 cup, we will do about probably, let's see, probably do about 2/3 cup of, we'll do 1 cup and 2/3 of water. All right, so we added the sugar as well, and I did about like 1/2 a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, but not like completely 1 tablespoon. And then we are going to, I just kind of put a pinch of salt in. This is definitely like different, but I thought I made more starter than I actually did. Yeah, definitely. I think I put too much water in. So I think we're gonna add a little bit more flour. Well, actually, I completely forgot to add the flour in, so that is my fault. Honestly, this is my first day like feeling really good after having a head cold, so it's just been kind of one of those trying to like wing it days, and like I'm feeling much better, so that's why I'm trying to like start cooking and stuff. But yeah, totally on me. So it says to do 3 1/4 cups of the gluten-free bread flour. I think we're gonna do exactly 3 cups, which will kind of use up all my gluten-free flour, I think. Let's start with this and see how this does. It's just 2 cups. Oh yeah, I think that looks good just for 2 cups. Because I think if I added any more, then I would have to add more water. So now we are going to cover it and let it sit for 20 minutes. Okay, we're back. So now we are gonna make the dough, fold the dough again, and pat it down and repeat the motion 5 to 7 times. Doesn't look like it really rose at all, to be honest. But basically take it out, and it did say that having a bowl scraper might help. I do not have like a nice small bowl scraper. I am like that person who is on the hunt for all the wonderful sourdough scrapers, but I've been doing a lot of like secondhand shopping, so my hands are definitely already nice and doughy. And it says to do it like 5 to 7 times, and fold again, and fold again, fold again. So, and then you're just gonna return the dough back. I will say, like, as I add it on the side, I think that I made sure to like clean it and everything and just add some. So now we're gonna put it back in and allow it to rise for 2.5 to 4 hours. As much as I like the Trader Joe's one, like, this is what my friend's favorite is, and so that's why I just happen to have this one on hand. I'm gonna need, like, I'm gonna get, like, some sort of scraper thing. Eh. I'm gonna use this to try to like scrape off anything that is still on my hands. I feel like this is not gonna end up making as much as probably the recipe like originally would have made. But I don't have like, the Trader Joe's bags are much smaller than the King Arthur. And so I think that my friend and I are going to Target this weekend, so I definitely want to look for the King Arthur's gluten-free. That so far has been my favorite, because it's just a really nice brand, and it seems to work really well. I have not like eaten it yet though. Actually, no, that's not true, because I did do the banana bread sourdough, and so I will take that back. Alright, so I wash my hands. Let's make sure to scrape off anything. Put that back in there. And wash my hands. I could like run up to Dollar General if I wanted to, or like a CVS, but I don't know if I want to do that. I could always like make the discard for her next week, or like when we go hang out this weekend, like I know we're planning to go to Target, so we could grab some gluten-free flour there. So that would be probably, I think, the best idea. Alright. So now it's going to rise for 2.5 to 4 hours. It's pretty doughy right now, so I think that we're probably going to try to aim for at least 3 hours. It basically just says until very puffy. And it says to like, a lot of these recipes say to place it like in your oven with the light on or in a sunny window, but that never works for me. Like, at least so far. I've just been placing it in a pantry, but I mean, I'm also still learning, so I'm gonna put it in one of my pantries and we'll see how it goes. We're making some vegetable broth while I wait for the dough to be done, and I am just boiling it, and then I'm gonna turn it down to simmer. This is only a little bit of the broth. I already poured a bunch of it in a bigger container. This one turned out much darker and smells so good. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Editing me here, and I just wanted to pop in and hope you guys have a great day and enjoy the video. I have been currently trying to work on the gluten-free sourdough bread. That has been interesting. But we will see what happens, and I'm gonna keep working on it. So, see you guys next time. Bye!